Hi everyone, I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Here's your political news roundup for Wednesday, February 20th. Tell everybody back home, I'm sorry. With those words, former Chicago Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr. pleaded guilty to charges that he and his wife Sandy took about $750,000 in campaign funds for personal use. Documents said Jackson used the funds from his Jesse Jackson Jr. for Congress account to buy items such as a $43,000 watch, a cruise, paying down personal credit cards, and in general leading a life of luxury. Jackson and his wife, who was also pleading guilty, face prison sentences of between 4 and 5 years plus fines. Jackson resigned as a congressman last year after serving 17 years. Republican Senator John McCain came under verbal attack from his own constituents. Arizona residents shouted at McCain during a town hall meeting on illegal immigration. McCain is part of a bipartisan 8-member group that's putting new immigration regulations together. He was criticized for not taking a tougher stance on deportation of illegals and instead developing a plan to put them on paths to citizenship. The Supreme Court agreed to hear a case that could have a major impact on future political campaigns. The High Court agreed to hear a challenge to the limits on federal campaign contributions. The case is aimed at removing limits on contributions made directly to political candidates and their committees. 3 years ago, the Supreme Court struck down limits on contributions made to independent campaign organizations. The law limiting contributions to individual candidates was upheld by a federal appeals court last September. And the government of China struck back today against the U.S. charges that it was behind hacking attacks on U.S. computer systems. A statement from the Chinese said the U.S. charges lacked technical proof and were not based on fact. The charges were based on a report that traced numerous hacking attacks to a specific building in China. The Chinese ministry said it's common knowledge that hacking attacks using fake locations and IP addresses happen almost daily. It said there's no solid proof the attacks came from China. In addition, the Chinese pointed out there are no globally accepted definitions of what constitutes hacking in the first place. That's your political news roundup for Wednesday, February 20th. I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Stay logged on to rttnews.com for the latest political, economic, and stock market news all day long.